something that's important to understand that most people are not talking about. Hamas as an organization did not exist until Israel started to force the Palestinians into an oppressive West Bank, East and Gaza Strip existence. There was no Hamas before 1987, I want to say it was, right? So Hamas as a group was born out of Israeli opposition, which is why Hamas's entire objective is to destroy Israel, right? They were born out of Israeli oppression, and now their goal is to fight the oppressors that essentially were the birthplace of their organization. And the other thing that's important to understand, Hamas only exists in Palestine, and Palestine only exists inside of what we all call Israel. There is no it's like Palestine is a state that they want to create inside the landmass that we all call Israel. Palestine is not like some arbitrary term, like Hamas is not some arbitrary term. Hamas is actually not even internationally recognized as a terrorist group. They're a legitimate political party inside Gaza. They rule Gaza. They don't rule Gaza like authoritarian. They were voted legislatively into power in Gaza. In fact, most Palestinians, most Muslims inside Israel are pro-Hamas. The fact that we call Hamas a terrorist organization is a uniquely American thing. Even the UN doesn't list Hamas as a terrorist organization. The UN lists them as a political force, a political organization. So to hear the president get up and talk about Hamas like they are a terrorist group is a uniquely American point of view. And the people don't understand that Hamas was born out of Israel's aggression against Palestinians. So what we're doing is we're losing the objectivity of history when we simply look at the current events that are happening now. The world outside of the United States, because keep in mind, we're trapped in a bit of an echo chamber where we really only listen to American news and we really only listen to our American leadership. We don't really understand how the rest of the world thinks. Outside of the United States, the world supports Palestine. The world is not supporting Israel right now. If you do, just based on body counts, because Israel has such an advanced military, they've already injured 3 times as many Palestinian civilians as Israeli civilians were injured in the one day of the attack, right? There have been no Hamas incursions into Israel since October 7th. All attacks, all killing has happened inside Gaza from the Israeli military attacking civilian targets because there's no standing military. So there are no military targets. Because Israel calls Hamas terrorists, it means that any place that a Hamas supporter lives, they're essentially a terrorist outpost. Any political leader, anybody who has any sheriff, any congressperson, any senator inside Gaza is essentially labeled a terrorist. And that gives Israel carte blanche to do whatever they want. And the United States supports them because the United States also calls Hamas terrorists, right?